Right. Well, good morning again. For the purposes of this recording, it is the 16th of August 2025. And how goodness, the year is zooming past. And I would like to just start off today by welcoming everybody who's here. Um, we did a little bit of housekeeping already, but the one thing I did forget to do was to remind everybody that the 18th of October will be our um, summit. Used to be called the convention, and you need to start booking your tickets. And if you find anybody to join, then they can come for 300. Otherwise, it's for you, it's 400. And if any of you decide to come to Johannesburg, Meryl, if you think you want to come, there's plenty of accommodation here for anybody who speaks to us nicely. Okay, now let me get more serious. You can see the good thing about Rob being back, amongst many good things, is that the coffee is hot on my desk. Okay, so let's do a deep dive into Nutrients. It's not going to be a very, very deep dive. I haven't got an incredible amount of information for you, but I've based this PowerPoint on a training done by Connie DeKali. Our um, she's a dietitian and works full time on the products as our product representative at the head office for South Africa. And so I want to just start off by saying to you, please be very aware that on our back office, there are, I didn't count, but there's, well, about 24, I would say, little short videos on the products. And also, if you go onto Google Images, you'll find tons and tons and tons there. If you want to start putting things up on your status of little pictures and reminders for people. And then thirdly, a lot of what is on the back office is also available on YouTube. And then you can branch out and see what other people around the world are saying about this incredible skincare range. My own personal experience is that I used to, from the first days of when we joined Near Life, I would use the skincare. And the original one, which was sort of made here in South Africa, was very, very nice. It suited my skin very nicely. And then they brought in a new range, and it was a disaster. And I don't know, but obviously the company has to put a lot of money into putting these things together. And it took a few years before that one to disappear. And in came this amazing Nutrients. Okay, so let me see if I can get my pictures going here. So I have covered for you today um, the cleanser, the tonic, and the moisturizer. I haven't done anything specific on the rejuvenating rich cream, but I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment as well. And so, as is the way with Neolife, one of the things I really, really love about this company is they do try to keep up with what's going on in the world around them. Just as a little pointer, as a diversion here, the name of our fish oil called it's called salmon oil plus, is reverting back to being called omega-3. And the reason why they are just doing a little bit of rebranding on that product is that they've now um, partnered with an organization which is out to um, save the oceans and not to um, to fish ethically when it comes to producing products like omega-3. Now, the company went on a search and we're looking for somewhere to produce a top range skincare range, and they found themselves a place in France. The map will show you. It's on the west, very far out west side of France, jutting into the sea. There is a place called the Moline I want to say peninsula, but it's not a peninsula. Uh, where there is a lot of skincare stuff being produced in this part of the world. And so they partnered with this organization there, and out of it came this, or what we call Nutrients organic skincare. Now, the organic part of it, I think in the world that we are living in, where we are being so inundated with so many toxic stuff because of the way food, etc., is being produced, to have the word organic in the name of the skincare is very, very important. And I want you all to note on this slide that it has been certified organic by an organization called EcoCert Green Life according to the Cosmetics Organic Standard, COSMOS. This is an international organization. And so we have the EcoCert Cosmos Organic stamp on our products. It gives us huge integrity and is a very, very important thing to have for the kind of products that we are producing. And then included in that, which isn't very loudly shouted out very often, is that the products are vegan, which means that there has been no animal testing done with them at all, not from a worm to a monkey. All the testing is done on human beings ourselves. Okay, so the system is a 3-step system, but we will have 4 products in our 3 steps. And they really, really promote the whole concept of being age-defying, cell-activating system. And we can't, unfortunately, put it off, but aging is part of being a human being. Excuse me. But if we can keep our skin as healthy as possible and keep the wrinkles a little bit at bay, which maybe some people go to more, have other ways of getting rid of those sort of things outside of the skincare kind of use of products that we use. Each person has their choice and can do what they want, obviously. But if you wanted to do it without having to go the extra route and just live with the beautiful skin that you were given, this is a way to protect it and keep it as healthy as possible. So the word cell activating is very important because you remember that your skin is your biggest organ of your body. And we're talking here particularly about the face, but your skin all over needs to be protected and looked after. But today we are only focusing in on the whole Nutrients range for using particularly on your face. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So let's look at number 1. Number 1 is the cleansing aspect of looking after our skins. So we have 2 cleansers. The first one, the 2 of them, there's a cleansing gel and there's a cleansing milk. All right, so why would we want to cleanse? Well, first of all, it's the surface of your skin, and it's very important to keep the pH balance going according to the experts. If you keep the skin balanced, as with your whole body, then you will be keeping away all sorts of problems that might develop. So you want to clean it, and at the same time, we want to detoxify, get the all the terrible attack on the skin that has happened during your day. So the gel or the milk both have gently acting ingredients to remove dead cells, and very, very important are these organics. So we have the normal to dry, and then we have one for combination to oily skins. The gel is for the combination to oily, which is generally for a younger skin, and then the normal to dry for the, but everybody's different. You know, somebody who's fairly young may already be feeling a certain dryness in their skins. The milk has in it, if we look at it for the normal to dry, it has sweet almond oil in this, and it has chamomile, amongst many others of what we call botanicals. And this is will soothe and calm the skin. And I use this myself every single day. And I cannot tell you how much I love it. God, I just absolutely love it. When I put it onto my skin, which is obviously fairly dry, it just goes and sucks the whole lot in. But then I will wash it off with a little sponge or with a bit of cotton wool in the shower or at the basin, and I just feel my skin coming back beautifully clean. So it can be used for taking makeup off as well. I have used the gel and I love it as well. And the gel has more antioxidants in it, but they both have a lot of these botanicals in them. So your first thing is, before you do anything else with your skin, you need to clean it. And this one will do that and detoxify at the same time. The next one, let me move on, is number 2. It's a balancing tonic. So for those of you who are familiar with all the way that skincare works, the experts always advise you to use a toner. Now, the beauty of this toner, it's called the balancing tonic. It is suitable for all skin types. So whether you have a drier, a combination, or oily, you would use it as well. There's no extra one that you have to makes it simpler. And I think that is very nice for all of us who don't want complication. What a toner does is it refines your pores, and after you've used the cleanser, you have to restore your pH. And the beauty of this one is that it doesn't dry the skin. I don't know if any of you've used toners in the past and felt that astringent feeling. It doesn't do that. There's a botanical, and I haven't looked it up. It sounds something like Orway. It's got corn flour, and these things soothe skin and reduce redness. Please remember that as a tip for people who are worried about redness on their skins. The toner will do that. Then number 3 is made up of 2 products. And Connie divided this up into 3A and 3B. So the 3A is the serum. And the serum was quite a new concept for me when all this came out. And so the way Connie describes the serum is that it's just a more intense moisturizer, because this is the trick with skin, is to get the moisture back up. So, and the serum will activate and nourish. So we think about taking food in to nourish our bodies. Think about the skincare as nourishing your skin, feeding your skin. And we are living in a world of intense stress. So of course your skin is going to get stressed. So these serums reinforce against aging and visibly restore your youthful skin. And I don't know what it is about these products that are helping me, but I don't think that I'm looking as at my birth age. And I think these products are for sure working. Okay, but now we have a 3-step, so there's a lot more in these, and you'll have to go and do your own little personal research. It's all there available for you, but remember they're full of botanicals and botanicals and I'm looking for the other word here, and ingredients that are detoxing. So, oh, and the nutrients. They have lots and lots of nutrients in them. All right. Just to go back a little bit more with the serums, they've got kelp, seaweed, which is rich in minerals and replenishes moisture, improves elasticity, and that would mean that wrinkles will be held back and improved. They become more moist and therefore are not dry and cracking. That very, very trendy word, they are collagen boosting, and they have antioxidants in them. Something called sea fennel is packed with vitamins, and there's also to brighten and soften the skin. Again, there's also sweet almond oil, which is essential for its fatty acids, and corn flour, which is good for irritation. So again, people who are battling with irritation, this is something that they should be considering as well to use the serum. Now the B would be in these little tubes, and again, there's a normal to dry, and then for concentrate I can't read the word. To oily, combination to oily. So the one is ultra, and then the one is just a moisturizer. Now, the moisturizer, there we have the two. Now, the key benefits for these ones, there's this all we again. I must look that up, and I will put it onto the group for you later on today. They are packed with vitamins and antioxidants and botanicals to help with the hydration. There's sunflower seed oil, there's witch hazel, and there's chamomile. Again, being recommended especially for people with redness and inflammation on their skins. There are also testimonials out there on YouTube, but with people who have, with the darker skinned people who've got dark patches, that these have helped incredibly with that kind of skin issue. There are testimonies there for acne, and pictures of kids, especially with breakouts on their skins, and you use these botanical based moisturizers, and they are very, very effective in helping to reduce the redness and to heal the inflammation on the skin. The next thing is we go into the testing that has been done on these products, and they have all been clinically tested. So on a 4-week study, okay, remember this is 4 weeks. I don't know how many people were used, but it would have been done by that organization I mentioned at the beginning. 95% felt more radiant. So remember, some of these things are quite subjective, but radiant would mean that your skin feels glowing. It feels healthier. 95% felt that it was softer and more supple, and 95% felt that their skin was better protected. So you want to feel that it's just lovely. That's what I would say. So the Ultra Moisturizer was especially interesting in these tests. Let me go forward again. So this is the Ultra Moisturizer in the tube. 100% felt that their skin was more supple. Didn't want to say subtle, supple. 90% felt their skin was less stressed, and 80% felt their skin was more radiant. Now, in the days before this product range came into existence, in order to keep using the Neolife products, I, right through winter, would every day would pop a vitamin E capsule to put onto my skin. And that was what I used to keep that supple feeling going through the winter. We are all of us here are living above sea level. And in Johannesburg, it is incredibly dry. You can feel your skin just tightening up in the winter, especially if you've got a heater going in the room and that sort of thing. And since using these products, I have never, ever needed to put a vitamin E on. My skin remains feeling supple, less stress, and I hope it's looking radiant. So this was, and they did this on a 24-hour test, and the results were phenomenal. And then she's just pulled out one on the 24-hour test as well. The long-lasting moisturizing effect was noticeable for people, and compared to those on the orange line who were untreated and those who were treated with this ultra moisturizing cream. So we call it Nutriance Organic, and it's made up of these 3-step. And then the one I didn't cover was the one in the round tub, which I think Meryl you use as well. And that one is an add-on for people who would like to rejuvenate their skin even more. For myself, I like to use that one as a night cream, but you can use it during the day, and it is very, very much more richer than the others here. And then the fifth one, which I didn't cover, is the the eye gel. The eye gel makes a very, very generous present for people who you love dearly, at Christmas or whatever. It is lasts and lasts and lasts. And again, on YouTube, there are a lot of I know 1 or 2 testimonies of people who have felt dramatic difference. With the eye gel, remember you only apply it with the softest, your third or fourth fingers. Be very gentle around your eye area. And if you can maintain the skin in that area, it will make a huge difference to the skin, and the way it can fall down, etc. But if you put it on, it will definitely perk up your eyes and make you feel better about yourself. And I think for me, that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. Well, thank you, Neolife, for this amazing skincare range. We love it. Oh, hello, Bjorn. Didn't see you pop in there. So that's my little presentation on the Nutrients. I put it together rather quickly, so I refer you all back to go and look at. There's another one from an American woman called Paulie Morrow. She is a president's team member. She was a dermatologist or a skincare something or other for 20 years, and she discovered this skincare range, and it's her go-to one, and that she's totally passionate about it. So I'll share that one onto the group for you as well in a while. But if it gives you a little bit of ideas as to who you should be looking for now, is to go and do your research, build your knowledge, and go and look for the skincare specialists in the towns where you are living. And if you can get your ducks in a row, so to speak, with the information about the botanicals, the detoxing, the anti-toxic aspects, the making the skin radiant and softer, and get the stats all together for yourselves, I would put a little booklet together for myself in a plastic folder, and then you go in with something to show the people. Now, on the back office, you can also buy, there are still some little flyer things available on the skincare range. And remember that about a year ago, they dropped the price. So now the price has obviously gone up slightly with the price increase, but it would also be wonderful if somebody would do a price comparison for us. So we need to compare, first of all, with your Clinique's Estee Lauders, and especially if they are being made in France, type of skincare ranges, and would be a good one to compare with the serums, especially, and then just the whole range basically, and see the price difference. I always say to people, this is not Nivea. So you could though put it in at the Nivea ranges, the things that are at the Clicks, or take off the shelves there, and then compare it to those top end products that people do spend incredible amounts of money on. And you will find, 100% guarantee you this, that we are completely in the middle. And yet we are giving a product which I believe is equal in, it's subjective, but I mean, these companies are bringing out new things all the time and changing their formulations, etc., etc. Neolife has brought out a range that will stick around until there are major changes in scientific information about skincare, and then they might then adapt it again. But at the moment, I'm loving it. Has anybody else got any comments to say about what they are using and any questions they might have about it?
Yeah,
Jan, what are you
I can
using?
add I
Yeah,
can
please
add
do.
that one of my very wealthy friends, she buys the rejuvenating rich cream, and she said it's incredible.
Mm, mm. Thank you, Bjorn. Yeah, it does rejuvenate. It makes does she, yeah, so I for myself, I use at the beginning of the day, I use the moisturizing, and I'm using at the moment, because I have it, the serum, and I had run out of the rejuvenating, and so I just switched into the serum, and I love it.
That's okay.
It's they're very, very nice to use, I have to say. Meryl?
Yeah, it was actually at Andre's recommendation that I use the rich rejuvenating cream instead of the moisturizer because I do have a naturally dry skin. And yeah, I must say that's my day cream, night cream, whatever. And then also, is the sunblock available in South Africa yet? I did read about it, but I don't know if it's in the country. I haven't seen the new price list.
No, it's not here yet. No. It was recently launched in the USA, and let's just watch the space. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. There's a pile of products in the USA that we haven't got here yet. But I'm very, very chuffed. I'm very excited about the new updated Pro Vitality, which I haven't yet seen. I don't know if anybody has received one yet. I don't know when they're obviously finishing off the stocks of the old version, but we're getting now vitamin K is coming into our Pro Vitality, and the upgraded Omega. That's very, very exciting for all of us. Thank you,
But
Meryl.
yes, so for
Yeah.
me, it's all about always trying to find some young ladies and trying to introduce it to them because this whole, in my mind, this whole skincare thing is something that people get into a continuous habit. Um, so, every now
Well,
and then
could
someone
I just,
comes, yeah,
Rob,
come.
just to remind you that your skin doesn't know whether you are male or female, and we should be finding young men as well, because we all need to be protecting our skins.
And it's become particularly, when you go off to Europe in the middle of summer. I mean, both Tim and Alistair got burnt. They decided to take the shirt off one day. But and it also happened to be Tim looked back and he said, "Oh, that happens to be the day that there was a highest solar system, which he picked up on his fancy watch that he's got." So it's also about you sometimes go into the sun and you don't actually know what what the cloud cover is, what the UVI index is, and what have you. So yeah, you need to protect it. And it's particularly bad. You sit here in winter, particularly when you go and you're changing like that. You just get clubbed with the sun really badly.
So the question is why haven't we got the UV chemicals in these products? The moment we do that, we're no longer organic. And so in order to protect your skin, it's wear a hat, and maybe you have to buy a cream or whatever it is from your skincare specialists have got very top end ones, or just from your clicks or whatever. But I think the best thing is to stay out of the sun and to wear a hat. And then to be conscious that if you are going swimming or you are going out into the garden for a long period of time, then do what you have to do. So Meryl, it would be wonderful if they did bring that new sunblock in. It wasn't even available in Europe when I was there now. but I'll keep an eye out if I'm ever on Louise's website and see what's going on there. Yeah, so I didn't speak about the sun and all the dangers of the world that we're living in. I think it's very obvious to all of us. And yeah, wear a shirt. And you can buy shirts these days that have special blocking things in them if you're going on a hike or doing anything outside. But we also have to get that sun on us to get the vitamin D. So it's a balancing act, and also being conscious of what time of the day you're out there and being cautious. Because there is the research or the voice out there saying that a lot of people are lacking in vitamin D because of the overuse of a sunblock. And then we come back, if we go around in a circle, well, take some Neolife nutrition, and that will give you antioxidants to protect you and help to restore your cells and get the toxins out, which are being produced by too much exposure to bad chemicals, bad sunlight, etc. So thank you, people, for all being here this morning and for listening. And I hope that has given you some stimulus, especially for the people who I have had people ask me for, have you got something for red skins and skin issues? And I had forgotten that this range is fantastic for skin irritations. So let's keep that in mind. And I wish you all a happy week. And the spring is coming. And hopefully soon we will have a bit more sun here in the Southern Hemisphere. If there's no more comments, get out there and let's all do it, everyone. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Meryl. Thanks, Hermine. Thanks, Gillian. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Bjorn. Have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Monica.